Okay. Hello, everyone here live and everybody watching the recording of this. This is the opening ceremony for Rebecoming the One 2023. And I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to do what I can to get through this without crying the whole time because this is so deeply moving for me for many, many, many reasons. So for any of you who don't know who I am Martha Alter Hines, and I'm here with many of our beautiful speakers for this year's symposium. And there are many, many, many of you here live, which is really great, really wonderful that you're all here. Before we go into the actual ceremony part, I'll just say a couple of really basic logistical things. Number one, I would love for you all to join the free online sharing circle, which is linked in the Teachable site, and people are already introducing themselves and sharing things. And I'm going to be adding a couple of other ways people can share. This part of the whole point of this symposium and of the whole community that I feel called to hold space for is that we each are parts of the divine puzzle. We are each a puzzle piece of the divine puzzle, and we are each needed in our wisdom, our beauty, and the love that we're here to bring. So please join in all of these things in any way that you feel called. And I think the rest of the logistics are there in the intro video that I made the other day. Everything's posted in the Teachable site, and I'll be sending out emails. So I think that I'll just leave it at that right this minute for logistics. But so today, the intention of this ceremony really is about grounding in to the reality of what the earth and the cosmos and existence are attempting to birth as us, as a collective. So I just want to briefly say a little bit of what I'm feeling in that personally, and then those of us here live are going to each do our own part in that grounding and aligning and setting the intention for this whole month together and then beyond. And for those of you who are participants, I would love it if you want to put in the Q&A or the chat or whatever is working for you guys. As we're going along, what are you calling in? What are the benevolent energies you're calling in to set this space? What are your intentions here in the symposium and just in the holding space for the healing of our world? Please share that here. Please share that in the circle forum, because we're all in this together, literally. So to start, I wanted to just share a little bit about what was coming through in my prayers today, and then we'll go into the actual ceremony part. So what I was seeing, what I've been feeling and seeing for several days is the sense of the light of the earth, the center of the earth, the light in her heart, really grounding us, pulling us down into her center, helping us remember that we are earth. And at the same time, the energies of all of the stars, all of the galaxies everywhere, their light also tapping into our own lights, our own hearts, and then grounding into the light of Mother Gaia Earth, all at the same time. So it's like I see this light grid of existence all of a sudden coming online, boom, like as one. And it feels to me like the sense of the oneness is inevitable. And so related to the symposium, the other image that came up for me this morning in my prayers was I was shown a double helix, like DNA. And and one side of the helix is, the divine feminine, the other is the divine masculine, and together they make the divine, everything in it is the divine person. And again, I was told the coming together of the divine feminine and divine masculine is inevitable, because that is just what is. It always has been. And that's what we're doing. That's why we're here. That's what this whole symposium is about, is that the other part of what they then showed me was that as we individually and then collectively kind of wake up from the illusion that there ever was a separation of feminine, masculine, divine, then they showed me that we each are these double helix like circuits on the earth. And so they showed me the earth, and then they showed these double helixes, which are each of us, all over the globe. And essentially, as we tap in to the earth as these energy circuits that we are, when our inner feminine and inner masculine are balanced and in harmony and in right relation with each other within ourselves, then our whole body system can relax. And we can be calm and at peace in a way that then helps the body of the earth itself to relax and to come back into the balance and the harmony of the natural state of existence. And then the last part of what I've been feeling this morning is the sense of, I took my kids to school, and I was driving back to come to do the ceremony, and I just started bawling the whole way home. And what I was feeling was the sense of all of us here on this call, for sure. I know everybody on this panel, this is definitely true, I would say, for you all. And then I'm assuming everybody here live and everybody watching this video, I'm going to assume it's true for you as well, that and I'm speaking for myself, but I'll speak for you. And if it's not true for you, that's fine too. I know for myself, I love this planet so profoundly. And there has been so much suffering on this planet for however long. And a huge component of that suffering will simply just vanish, in a sense, when we can come back into this balance and the harmony of masculine and feminine on many, many, many levels. So that's why we're here. That's what I think we all have that same intention and that same vision. Yeah. So that sets the stage for why I'm here, why I feel called to do this symposium. And with that, I would love for Cayelin to call in the directions.
Thank you, Martha. And I love what you just said. So good. So thank you for all you've been doing to bring this all together. It's definitely a lot of work. So I just invite everyone to allow yourself a deep centering breath. If you want to place your face the directions that or put a hand in the direction, that can be helpful, or just tune in any way that really feels good to you. And I'm going to just share with you for a moment that the way these directions came about is because a few years ago I was doing the Rites of the Moon Key, and that's a Peruvian rite, and we would invite the directions every time we were doing the classes, and they always started in the South. And I was like, the South? And I thought about that for a while, and I went, oh, that's because they're south of the equator. And so and that was why I was feeling like not familiar or relating to that as much, because I live north of the equator. So this is my experience. So these directions are from the perspective of north of the equator. And so those who are south of the equator, you can just imagine opposite seasons. And also that, in the north where we're calling in the seasons, the moon phases, the elements, the energies that are connected to each of these directions from the northern hemisphere perspective. And one of these days I might write a southern hemisphere perspective, but I don't live there, so I don't have that direct experience. So just inviting you to be aware if you're in the southern hemisphere. I'm not trying to leave you out. I can only go with the experience that I have. So with that said, again, allowing a breath, bringing ourselves into our heart space, and just inviting the directions according to the elements and seasons. So thank you to the energy of the north, the element of earth, the place of the midnight sun, the new moon, the winter solstice, and the beginning of a new galactic, solar, and lunar cycle, where the seeds of love are planted now and for the future. Thank you to the grandmothers and grandfathers, the ancient ones, the elders and wise ones, and all the wise medicine beings for your guiding wisdom that benefits us now and the many future generations. Thank you to the energy of the East, the element of fire, the place of the rising sun, the first quarter moon, the spring equinox, the balance of day and night, the place of decisive, inspired, and committed action to further a worthy cause, fueling our life purpose and noble mission, so we take the necessary action that creates our desired reality. Thank you to the energy of the South, the element of water, the place of the midday sun, the full moon, the summer solstice, where the seeds planted at the winter solstice are now bearing fruit, nourished by the life-giving waters that have helped these seeds to flourish. Thank you to the deep feeling realm where we heal the wounds of trauma and connect with our nurturing, loving, authentic selves. Thank you to the energy of the West, the element of air, the place of the setting sun, the last quarter moon, the autumnal equinox, the balance of light and dark, day and night, and for the gift of imagination, our most important and precious co-creative tool as we dream a new earth reality that is loving, magical, and fun. And thank you to the ancient, present, and future keepers of the as above, so below, as within, so without center point, the bridge where we connect with great mystery and great spirit, and are reminded that what we experience in our outer reality is a reflection of what is within us. And when we change what is within us, the world around us changes. Thank you to all the directions for the reflections of wisdom you bring to us and how we connect with the signs, planets and stars, the seasons, the moon phases, and the sun as it sets and rises on the dream of a new life we are co-creating with great mystery, remembering we inform the mysteries as much as they inform us. It is a living relationship we honor and celebrate within the great divine design unfolding before us. Remembering our essential place is no more or less important than anyone else's. Thank you for all the ways we are loved, guided, and protected in this sacred ceremonial space. Blessed be.
Thank you, Cayelin. All right, Barbara, you have a special story for us.
I do, and thank you so much. A beautiful prayer, Cayelin. I just want to first acknowledge that I'm coming to you from traditional lands of the coastal Miwok people, and to honor the First Nations people who walked on this land and stewarded it in a way that allows us all to be here today. So last week I was at an incredible gathering. A young man named Trayton Heckman has started a movement called Daily Acts, and this is based on the principles of reverence, of ripples, of relationships, and of resilience. And he told a story about an experience that he had early on in the founding of this organization, the organic growth of this organization, that really, I was sharing with Martha, it really made me feel this is what's happening with this entire symposium. And the story was that he was sitting in his yard, and part of his movement is gardening, is working with the earth, is creating community through small acts, but especially in working with plants and medicinals and growing gardens in community. And he was sitting in his yard one day, and all of a sudden this huge swarm of bees filled the air. And bees are known to flap their wings about over 200 times a second. And he had this inspiration to, in his t-shirt and his shorts, walk into the middle of the swarm, which he did. And as he was standing there, he could feel the sonic vibration of millions of beats of these bees' wings. And there was a moment, in that present moment, as he was just opening to that entire experience, that all of a sudden he felt a shift. And he felt it in his entire cellular being, where there was what he called a cadence, or what I would say a coherence, where all of a sudden all of the bees in that hive were humming together in this frequency, and they knew immediately, he knew in his body, we're going to that branch, we're headed in that direction. And as I heard this story, I was feeling all of us here today, panelists, people who are here live, people who may be coming next week, people who may be listening to these talks down the road at some time in the future, we're coming into a frequency coherence where we're all joining with source, joining with the energy of the earth to, as Cayelin was saying, dream this new reality of this new earth. And there's going to be a pop. There's going to be this pop. And we're going to know. We're going to know this is the direction we're going. And this is, we're there. We're just right on the edge. And I feel that. And I thank you, Martha, for calling this all together, because it's a very powerful time. I would also invite you all, there's a beautiful poem written by Joy Harjo, who is poet laureate. She was poet laureate from 2019 to 2022. She's the first Native American to hold this position. She's a Muskogee Creek woman, beautiful, beautiful poet, musician. There's a poem she wrote called Remember. And I would invite all of you to go online, look up this poem, because this really is a moment about remembering. It's remembering who we truly are, that we are the earth, that we are the cosmos. And I'm so grateful that all of you are here. I'm so grateful to be part of this incredible circle, and great bow to all of you. Thank you.
Yes, that story is exactly how I feel. Thank you so much. All right, Melanie, I'm going to share a beautiful image.
Just unmute. So hello, everybody. It's just so wonderful to think of the ripples going out from what you've created, Martha, and big thanks to you, and big bow to all your skills and dedication. Wow. So I have a picture that I'll share very shortly, and it was made about an hour ago with a wonderful computer program that has inside it all of the orbital information of all the main planets and a few asteroids. And how it works is 2 planets are related one to the other, and if we almost imagine that there's a piece of string or an elastic between them, so they're connected, and their movements as they go around the sun are seen from the vantage point of another chosen planet. So what I'll be showing you is the movements between Mars and Venus, seen from the point of view of the sun. And I picked Mars and Venus not only because they stand in the mythic pantheon and in the astrological planetary names. They stand as like a prototype of the relationship between the masculine and the feminine. So not only for that reason, but also because Mars and Venus are doing a very interesting dance at the moment, in that they spend the whole way through June, which is our month, the whole way through, Mars and Venus are within range of being technically called conjunct. So they're very, very close to each other, but the orbits don't actually cross right over, but they stay in a very close range the whole month, and other things will come and go, but that's why I picked these. So let me just do the screen share. So I made it of two contrasting colors, or sort of opposite colors. And you can see how the orbits are so connected. And to me, this looks like the inclusion of the opposites gives birth to a recognition of the light. So that central ball looks like it's coming out of the opposites. And if you just sort of gaze at it, you can almost see it the inverse way round. In other words, that the opposites are being generated by the one in the first place. And it's my understanding that notion is really core to the mystical understandings of traditions in many different cultures and way back down the ages. And in the center, it's as if, as I see it, the lines that crisscross in the center, they're kind of chaotic enough so that all different new little patterns might just spontaneously occur to you if you just keep your eyes sort of gazing, not too sharp focus, keep them gazing on the central ring. All kinds of other little patterns kind of come and go from it. And for me, that's quite profound, because things that appear chaotic often have hidden within them subtle new little patterns forming that might seem to come and go, but they're almost waiting for somebody to see them. And I feel that sort of quality very strongly about these times that we're in. So I'll just be quiet to give us some space now to just look.
I'll just throw in that when I'm looking at this, I'm again remembering that you're saying that this is from the vantage point of the sun. And I get this sense of the sun loves all of it. Which again fits so well with what I was feeling this morning in my prayers. And yeah.
Okay, I'll stop this share now. Thanks, Martha, for the opportunity to show this and share it.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Perfect. Okay. So now in this next set of what we're going to be doing in the symposium, this year, unlike last year, I chose to have a co-facilitator for each week. So starting next week will be the week on the divine feminine, then the divine masculine, then the divine person, and then we're going to have a week of bringing it all to wholeness, rebecoming the one. So my 3 co-hosts are here, which is so wonderful. And they are Vanessa Nixon, Mark Tollefson, and Jonathan Coe. And for the 4th week, Heather Ensworth, who couldn't be here today, is going to be co-facilitating the closing panel discussion, which lots of the people here today are going to be on, such as Melanie and Anne and Ari. Yeah, so in this time, what I would love to invite everyone to do is to drop in to yourself, drop into your center, drop into the reality that we are Earth, we are the cosmos, we are all of existence, we are the divine, we are the whole time space continuum and beyond into the void. So we are everything. And as we are setting the space together and this intention, our intentions for the healing that this whole month holds, and then far beyond this month, one of the key purposes of this ceremony is that I want to give the opportunity for us to call in any and all benevolent beings, energies, whoever and whatever is meant to be a part of this. I want us to be consciously giving space for that to come in today, because this is absolutely, definitely not just us humans and human bodies. This is massive. What I feel co-creating this with us is literally everything. So in this next set of what we're going to do is that Vanessa, Mark, and Jonathan are each going to start the process of us calling in, dropping into, and grounding into, inviting in all benevolent energies, spirits, beings who are meant to be here, who want to be here with us as we move into this time together and beyond. So yeah, Vanessa, would you like to start with calling in the divine feminine?
Yes, thank you. Deep gratitude to you, Martha, for creating this incredible event, and for all of you that are here today, participating and co-creating with us. And I'm calling in the divine feminine, which the heart of whom to me is the nurturing, flowing, unconditional love. And my deepest wish and intention for all of us is to be able to tap into that energy within us, that authentic, true, real space within each of us, and continually connect deeper and deeper into that feminine energy. And from that place, connect to each other so that we can bring that unconditional love and transformation and healing that we all need and that the world needs at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. And as we're doing this, the other part I forgot to say is those of you listening here, please feel free to put in the chat other benevolent energies and beings that you want to be calling in. We'll be naming, our own, and then you please name yours too. Okay, Mark, Divine Masculine.
Thank you, Martha. I'm going to start and read a poem, if I may. So there's a swear word in this, so I apologize for that. Well, not really, but just to let you know that that is there. This is a poem I wrote a few years ago. It's called These Days. These days you can find me on the mountaintop. These days only my bare feet touch this earth and my hair floats on the wind as I run and run. Honor the old ways, I heard him say, so these days my eagle feathers are 3D printed, and these days I'm playing prayer songs on my electric guitar. Friend, do it like this. Friend, do it like this. Friend, do it like this. These days, you may see me out of the corner of your eye, but I'm not there. I'm here, right in front of you. And these days, it's the stallion's breath in my nostrils as the sun dances into the sky. And these days, my feet are in the earth. My feet are in the clouds. These days, I am unbound. I am limitless. I made my breakout move, and I'm in the air, center court, jump shot. And these days, just for fun, I've been pulling down clouds with my bare hands to see what kind of dance moves they got. And the stars are jamming to the beat, my feet drumming this earth. And these days, I am riding lightning bolts. These days, love got fierce and said, stop fucking around. We're going to have some fun. So I looked love straight in the eye and I asked, is this happening? And love answered in 3 words, I am inevitable. I was wondering what poem to read today from the ones I've written, and just from what everybody was speaking, it's like that's the one that jumped out. And so thank you for allowing me to share that with all of you. The divine masculine, the masculine. The warrior, the hunter, the teacher, the student. 4 of the archetypes that I work with the masculine. I see us all. I see that young boy. I see that same young boy now getting older. And older still, the teenager. And the older men around him, bringing him into their fold through appropriate rites of passage so that that young boy or that boy can now become a man. I see the man being a protector, being a provider, being a teacher, and always being a student. See that man getting a little gray in his hair and seeing these younger boys, younger men turning to him and seeing that continuum of elder to child, going back to the beginning of time and forward into eternity. I call on that lineage. I call on the elders. I call on the men solid in their being providers, protectors, teachers, students, doing what we were asked to do, living into our sacred purpose. I call on the young men to desire for more. I call on the child to be a child. I call on the baby to let us remember what it is to love. ancestors, those powerful elders that have come before us, many of who are ancestors now. I call on you to come and bend your ear to our voices. Please come and be with us. We're asking for your wisdom. We're asking for your help. It's hard sometimes upon this earth to be in this form. We need your help. Those that carry the masculine, those spirits that can help us, those ancestors that have come before, those that are yet to come. We call you to whisper through us, dance through us, sing through us, smile through us, laugh through us, weep through us. Bring the sacred anger up in us, to stand us up, to say, this will not happen. So we can be what a protector is supposed to be. So we can be what a provider is supposed to be. We can be what a teacher is supposed to be. And we can always be a student. And remember that below our feet is always that prayer mat. And to learn to humble ourselves, to kneel upon that mat and ask for help. So we're asking for that help with our knees on that prayer mat below our feet. You, sacred masculine, come be with us, watch over us, speak through us, with us, and guide us through these next times. Oh. May it be so.
Thank you so much. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Now, Jonathan, would you like to call in the divine person?
Thank you. When you asked me the question, Martha, of whether I would like to share an invocation, what came through for me is actually a collective listening exercise that I'm going to guide us through. And it's really simple. The first half of it is, I welcome all of you to, and as I'm speaking right now, you can begin doing so, starting to notice the sounds in your environment. We are all made of frequency, and so there's this primordial sound that we all carry that shifts with time and dimension and space. And I invite you to notice the sounds in your environment, the sounds within your own body, the sounds of the beings around you, and the sounds of the universe. And notice the negative space between us, or the illusion of our form, and the rest of creation, which is also part of you, and to which you also belong. Now allow a few moments of silence for all of us to enjoy the sound. And I will transmit a sonic transmission through my mouth. And you have the option of listening to me, partaking in this transmission, or I also invite you to, in your own space, with your own voice, in your own way, to create those transmissions for yourself through your voice as well. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, so another thing that is really important to me about the symposium is, and that is a little bit of a shift from last year, what became clear to me last year was that the participants are equally or maybe more important than the speakers. So one thing that, I mean, I've heard from so many of you already, and I love it when you write to me and you share and all of those things. One person reached out to me and said, so she's somebody from Eastern Australia, and she said, I found the symposium and I am so deeply moved by it. I am a musician. Is there any way I could contribute something? Because I just feel such gratitude, essentially. So I thought about it and I thought, oh, well, you know, she could sing a song at the opening ceremony, but she's in Eastern Australia. So it's the middle of the night for her right now. And so instead, she did us the honor of recording a little short video for us. And so I'm going to play, she has a quick little message, and then she wrote a song that she wanted to share with us. And I may or may not play the whole thing right this minute, but I'm going to put the video along with her contact information and everything in the Teachable site, so we can all listen to the whole song and be in contact with her if you feel called to do that. But it was, I really wanted to include her because, number one, because I wanted to, but number two, because I really want to demonstrate how important it is to me that we're all here, that we're all included, and that each of our voices is absolutely needed. And that's the point. It's not that those of us here on the screen are talking heads who are experts. We're in this together, literally. And the people who were part of Rebecoming the One last year, the participants, absolutely blew me away. I mean, I've become very, close with a lot of you all, and it's like for me, doing the conversations with the speakers, but also meeting the participants has been like a popcorn of meeting soul to soul friends. Like, I haven't seen you in maybe 5,000 years, and here you are again. Like, wow. I mean, I can look around at every single person on this screen right now. That is absolutely the case. Every single one of you. And then so many of you reaching out to me who are participants also, same thing, same. And I have a feeling that, that web is meant to connect across many lines and have many threads that connect to many other threads. So please know that I witnessed that. I love that. I honor that. And that's a big part of my intention in this whole symposium and beyond, is to help us reconnect soul to soul to soul to soul to soul to soul to soul through the whole grid that I was talking about before. So with that, I am going to bring up Sophia's beautiful message, and yeah, I'll just play the first couple of minutes just in the interest of time right now. But again, I'm going to put her whole video on the Teachable site And I'll link it actually also on the Circle forum, and I'll put all her contact information there. So thank you, Sophia, so much for this. Truly, I am deeply moved and very grateful. All right, can you all see this? Yeah. And can you hear it? Oops. Can you hear it? Not yet. Now can you hear it? Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Hello, fellow travelers. I'm Sophia Fletcher from the East Coast of Australia, and I'm truly honoured to be here today sharing an original song entitled Connected We Rise for this wonderful symposium, Re-Becoming the One. Connected, we can collectively heal our relationships towards genuine love and deeper connection. Thank you so much. God is given voice, not every flower. God facing the sun, arise now. Towards the sky above, ocean is blue, eagles soar above as I look to you. You and I together stand, reach out and take my hand. When the evening
Are you guys not hearing that? You're not hearing it.
It's cutting out a lot.
Okay, so I'm going to then thank you, Mark, for alerting me to that. I will post the video, and everybody please go watch this. It's just, again, so moving. Thank you so much, Sophia. Yeah. And there's actually on the Circle forum, there is I created a space 2 nights ago for any and all of you to share your music. Lots of you are musicians and your music is amazing. And I personally would love to hear it. I would love us to all be able to connect to each other's music, art, poetry, anything you feel called to share. So that's there. But again, Sophia, thank you, thank you, thank you. And sorry the audio wasn't doing great. Okay. So now we are going to move on to Anne Bromley.
And you need to unmute.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It is such an honor and a joy to be in this together, as you said. And I would love to offer us a couple of minutes of silence where we might drop into that deeper ground of our being. And as a transition, you may like to close your eyes and just notice how you are being breathed in this moment. Nothing to change or fix about your breath, just noticing that you're being breathed. And maybe noticing on an out breath that you could slide out on that out breath into that ground of your being, which we call silence. And as you offer yourself to silence, may you connect with your own personal sacred intention for these days together and the sacred intention of the symposium itself. And may we offer ourselves to serve the highest purpose of our lives. May the symposium be a blessing for all of creation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Wonderful. Okay, next we have Alan with a prayer song.
Hi, everyone. Such an honor to be here with you. Can you hear me?
It's a little bit soft.
A little soft. Let's see if I can bring it up. Is that better?
Yes.
So I thought of this this song because one of the things I know that happens in me is I tend to leave parts of myself behind and not include all of myself, and that's when I struggle and that's when I suffer. And so I want to include all parts of anyone, and also I just want to appreciate what everyone has done to set intention for this beautiful event. But I want to include all parts of anyone, including myself, that feel vulnerable, feel fragile, feel alone, feel the suffering that we all, I think, collectively know is part of this this dance of being. So this is a song about the ocean and the river. The ocean I see as being the great womb of potentiality, the great mother, and the river, which is the feminine, if you will, and the rivers being, in a sense, the masculine that returns, keeps returning, which is both, of course, in all of us. Can you hear the guitar? The ocean refuses no river. The ocean of you, me, no part of you. The ocean refuses, no river, no river, the ocean refuses, no river.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So beautiful. Is that your partner there?
And yes, I want to introduce Ilana, my beloved.
I would
The,
love to
the
see her
ocean.
face.
This is the
Sorry.
ocean.
Beautiful. Yay.
There I am.
Amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
And you two are going to be doing a workshop together for the symposium. And yeah, that song fits so perfectly with the theme of that workshop. So I can't wait. Thank you both so much. Okay. Next we have Verena with a prayer.
Yes, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I've written a prayer for today, for this opening ceremony, and it's a prayer to the planets as they are in the sky and in the cosmos now. So right now, today, for this beautiful event. And yeah, I'm so grateful to be here in the second year now, and I was just thinking about last year, and I'm just so grateful, Martha, that you are doing it again, and to see familiar faces here too. Okay. Dear Sun in Gemini, may you enlighten our mind so that binary thinking melts away and we embrace our duality and diversity. Help us to understand that true oneness is never about conformity, but always about the unity of multiplicity. Dear Moon in Scorpio, shine a light on our deepest fears and soul's desires. Help us to look under the surface to bring awareness to our subconscious emotions. Support us to cut disempowering cords and step into our truth and natural power. Dear Mercury in Taurus, help us to learn listening with curiosity, listening to our body, the earth, and our heart. Help us to stay open and hear what others say without losing our own ground. Dear Venus in Cancer, nurture our soul and body. Help us to connect with our natural cycles and feminine wisdom. Help us to feel the strength in our own vulnerability so that we can meet ourselves and others with compassion, care, and love. Dear Mars in Leo, help us to be courageous enough to follow our desires, take decisions from our heart, and play with our fire. Help us to allow ourselves to take exactly the space that we need to shine our light. Dear Jupiter and Taurus, teach us to reconnect with the deep wisdom that our body holds for us. Help us to get in tune with the earth and walk our path in alignment with our natural pace. Dear Saturn and Pisces, redirect us to the wholeness of matter and spirit, form and flow, integrity and flexibility. Bring us into alignment with truth so that we can build a world that welcomes every being with love, peace, and compassion. Dear Uranus and Taurus, reawaken our authentic nature so that we free ourselves from unnatural conditioning that limit our ability to live wild, free, untamed and in our unique and natural way. Dear Pluto in Aquarius, help us to heal our trauma and become aware of subconscious fears so that we can create a society in which every individual soul has their unique place and feels welcomed as they are. Dear Neptune in Pisces, please never let us stop dreaming, envisioning, hoping. Help us to feel always held by Source, love, the divine. Dear Neptune, let us feel that we are all individuals who come from the same, the one source. Help us to re-become the one, and with that heal ourselves and return to our natural state. Love. Thank you.
Gonna make me cry, especially at the end. Wow. That's perfect. Thank you. All right, Catriona, you have a song, Between Stories.
Yes, so I do. Oh, wow. And I want to acknowledge, first of all, that I am coming to you from central Germany. I want to acknowledge my Germanic ancestors and all who have inhabited this land. I am a storyteller, a story medicine woman, and a singer-songwriter. And I'd love to share this song and dedicate it to Kali, the great goddess. I work a lot with goddess energies, and this great mother of destruction and rebirth, of nourishing and taking away all that is demonic and egoic. She's come in strongly for me, especially for June, so I'm curious to see what's going to unfold. And yes, this song, Between Stories, is about the pause and is about that time just before the pop that Barbara was talking about in the beginning, because I feel we are still in between two stories, but not for very much longer. But it is a beautiful place to be in, and I want to share that song to remind us all of it. And that's it. Can you hear the guitar? Yes. I'm in a place between stories. I'm in a place in between. I'm in a place between two stories, and I know that I've been here before. I feel I'm lost in a maze, and I don't have a clue how to get out, how to find out what is false and what is true. And then I close my eyes and I can sense close by an ancient land, sweet and sacred and invisible to human eye. I'm in a place between stories. I'm in a place in between. I'm in a place between two stories, and I know that I've been here before. I can hear voices from the outside. They are telling me how to get out, how to find out, how to really truly be. And I listen to my heartbeat, and I can hear an ancient song, sweet and sacred and inaudible to human ear. I'm in a place between stories. I'm in a place in between. I'm in a place between two stories, and I know that I've been here before. I'm in a place between stories. I'm in a place in between. I'm in a place between two stories, and I know that I've been here before. I'm in a place between stories. I'm in a place in between. I'm in a place between two stories, and I know that I've been here before.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. There's so many things I could say about each person. I feel like I have to say this. I was on Catriona's podcast with her friend Cara 2 days ago, and I can't wait to share that podcast because I'm still losing my mind over how amazing it was. And that
It's
song
online.
was oh, it is
Online today. Yes, she did it. Cara did it. Yes.
I
So
cannot
go
wait
check
to
it out.
share it. That song is like the tip of an iceberg of so much. Okay, yes, you're amazing. Amazing. Okay, everybody here is so amazing. Okay. Wow. Amazing. Yes. I'm trying to like keep my body contained because I have so much energy that wants to just bust out of me right now. Wow. All right. And then Nicki, I think this is perfect. You're a perfect person to follow Catriona. Yes.
Yes.
So for those of you listening, we have Nicki, then Ari, and then we're going to be closing out just so people can keep track of timing. We're close to the end. But Nicki, you're seriously perfect to go next.
I would say so. And you just saying you have to contain your energies. I want to say don't. And invite us all to move and stretch. I don't know if you have along while listening, but sometimes we get so, we have to be still. And I always had a lot of movement, which was hard for me sitting still in school. So I now just invite everyone not to forget our bodies, the way we have lived. It's so easy to forget that. And I think it's also so funny that the 3 Germanic people are lined up together in this flow that I think just happened by randomly, while I do live in the United States. But anyway, and what came through me last night, I'm a dreamer and I see through dreaming. And in my dream, I was different races, different ethnicities, different classes, through different lifetimes and life stories. And what came through as a big message for this symposium was the new generation that's coming through to help the evolution and to help us release the fears of our differences that have been used and led to oppression, domination, and exploitation, and creating a new reality of co-creation, of inviting the movement in our souls and hearts to understand once again the beauty of diversity that we expressing in the whole. And I don't know if you believe in unicorns or not, but a unicorn wanted to come and is saying hi, just to remind us of our unique beings and the beauty of those. And whatever, for me, it's a message and a reminder of the uniqueness we each of us hold and how that is the gift we are bringing to the planet, to creation. And that we do not need to conform, because then the world gets really boring. And I also want to share an image and then another kind of poem that came through me yesterday. But the image I'm going to share is actually what I drew last year for Rebecoming the One. It was, I think, during our opening ceremony that I drew it. So I want to share that just to weave the web from last year. Can everybody see it? And while you see the image, I'm going to read my poem that came through last night. Soul remembrance, dropping into the core and center of our being. We are rebecoming one, not divided, separated, but open to the unfolding of the myth of our soul. Spirit guiding us, embracing the struggle of the ego. Hidden mysteries revealed, retold, recreated, and lived. Never fully seen or understood, yet felt and experienced. The diversity and uniqueness of each of us celebrated. The nectar of love is inside, sharing it generously through the beauty of our souls is the gift we contribute to the whole. And I am very much looking forward to the whole month of the symposium and all the gifts that each person brings, including the participants and audiences.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nicki. Okay, so Ari is going to sing a song apparently you've never sung in public before, to help bring us to a close, and then Barbara is going to officially close us out, and I'll say a couple very brief words after Barbara.
All right, hello everyone. Those last two songs were just
You're soft.
Oh yeah. Now I'm not. There we go.
Very good. Very good.
The last two songs were just so beautiful, and I wanted to acknowledge as well. Someone posted the author of that song, the creator of the one that Alan sang, is someone named Sheila Chandra, perhaps. Just wanted to share that. So the Hebrew in this song is an ancient Jewish prayer that's often sung or chanted before beginning prayer. It's a preliminary prayer to bring ourselves into alignment. הריני מכוון אספי להודות להלל לשבח אספורי בשם ייחוד קודשה בריחו שכינתי בשם ייחוד קודשה בריחו שכינתי For the sake of the unification of the Holy Blessed One, the holy name. For the sake of the unification of the Holy Blessed One, the holy name. All is one. unify you and I, the inner and the outer, the then and the later, and the lover and the hater. All is one. Life is hard and it's fun. If you're here, you're not done. Keep it flowing, keep it growing. To the music. הריני מכוון אספי להודות להלל לשבח אסבורי בשם ייחוד קודשה בריחו שכינתי בשם ייחוד קודשה בריחו שכינתי Na. Now your fears aren't real, they're just feels, keep it real. You're safe, you are pure, and this moment is the cure to the dream of separation. Feeling high, feeling low, yo, it never was so. You are more than you know, and there's more room to grow into the one, into the love that we are. For the sake of the unification of the Holy Blessed One, the holy name. For the sake of the unification of the Holy Blessed One, the holy name. All is one. All is one.
I'm just feeling the river in that song going through my heart. Just this river of love, just like, is it possible for more love to go through our hearts? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Ari. Wow. Beautiful. So, Barbara.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my heart feels massively bigger in this time that we've been together. So thank you to every single person here, every single being that has come around to set this intention for this incredibly powerful months to come. In the Buddhist tradition that I am part of, the way that we kind of seal the goodness, the positive energy that we have cultivated here is to dedicate the merit, to dedicate all this positive energy that has been accumulated in this last almost hour and a half. And so I invite you all, if you're comfortable, to just close your eyes. And like Martha said in the very beginning of our time together, feel these ripples going out. And imagine now that we've seeded this energetic potential that's rippling out into infinity. And it's blessing everyone, every being, every sentient being, every part of existence with this positive energy. And it's generating the causes and conditions for the awakening of all beings, the complete and full liberation of all beings. And just take a moment and feel that. Dedicating this beautiful, positive energy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. And may all beings be free. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And before we officially close, I'll just say that after this, I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm going to upload the 5 talks that are going out today. I cannot express how amazing they are, but they include talks by Heather Ensworth, Jason Engeldo, Cayelin Castell, who's right here, Don Bowman Brunke, and it'll come to me. Wow. Anyway, my brain is half in the ethers. Okay, but there's 5 unbelievably amazing talks coming out today, which are under the theme of the context of our healing. So it goes with this, what we've just been doing here today, and deepens it and broadens it. And I will put those up in the next couple of hours. So
I think maybe the one that you weren't remembering is Chris Skidmore.
Good. Yes, thank you. Chris Skidmore, yes, who is a friend of Melanie's, and Melanie connected me with him, and he's amazing. It's like, yeah, as you know, Melanie. So, and Melanie's talk has already been live and available for the last many weeks, and lots of you have already watched it and love it. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Melanie's amazing. Everybody here is amazing. That's my word. Yes. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all to all of you watching this in the future at any time. And maybe we can all just say in our own ways, and so it is.
Blessed be.
May it be so.
Yes.
May it be so.
And so it is.
And so
What did you say, Nicki?
I said auf jeden Fall, which means that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. See you all very soon.
Thank you
Lots more to
all.
come. Lots and lots and lots more.